All right. Well, welcome everybody to our Wednesday evening, afternoon meditation session. So, I have been thinking about the idea of compassion. I'm involved in a project to create a training around ethics and compassion in human services. So, I was doing a little bit of reading and thinking about compassion as I was sort of building parts of the training. And one of the things I read when I was studying, if you will, which was striking to me, and I made some notes on this, so I've got them over here. If I look away, I'm checking my notes. Um, that they talk about compassion and that being compassionate requires us to be, in a sense, courageous. And it requires us to be courageous in ways we maybe don't think about being courageous or we don't define what courage is. But I think it makes sense. When I read it and when I think about it, it sort of feels in line. And what they talk about is that to be compassionate is the willingness to feel pain, our own pain and others' pain. And by feeling that, by opening up to our own pain and opening up to others' pain, it opens up sort of our hearts and the bridges that allow us to be compassionate, to allow us to feel in certain ways. And it talks too a lot about the idea that getting in touch with our own pain, and maybe pain is overstated somewhat, discomfort, suffering, dissatisfaction, sort of those parts of us that we struggle with, getting in touch with those things opens us up. And one of the exercises they look at, one of the ways to sort of experience this is to try to place yourself in someone or something. Some doesn't have to be a human, but in their situation, to be able to try to imagine, to visualize, in a sense, what that pain can be like. So one of the examples they give is to put yourself in the sense, from a feeling sense, of an animal that is about to be slaughtered. Um, Not something we often think about, when we eat a hamburger or a ham sandwich or anything that's meat related. I don't think we relate to the fact that an animal gave their life for this. But in this sort of exercise, if we kind of put ourselves there and we can open up to that, it begins to open up our ability to feel compassionate. And so, I've been thinking a lot about this, and of course, thinking about this based on those of us living in the Northeast Wisconsin area that just saw the devastation in the Menasha area and what people who were are directly struggling with that lost their homes, lost their cars, maybe were even injured, and to be able to open up to that. So I thought that was pretty profound, and the idea that it takes courage to open ourselves up to be able to feel that and not to get lost in it and not to hold on to it and not to grasp it and live in it, but to sense it and recognize it, and through that opening ourselves up to others. So when we see that pain, we can feel it. And by feeling it, we can feel compassion for people to recognize that in some ways, acting in those ways that cause suffering or that people suffer is something that we want to counteract. So with that, we will begin our meditation for the day. So, as always, we begin by just settling ourselves in and closing our eyes and just starting with a long, slow, deep breath. So, we breathe in and we breathe out. And as this is the end of our day or the latter part of our day, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, depending on where you are. We've obviously been busy during the course of the day, doing things, taking care of business, being at work, taking care of others. And so we sit back and we let all of that busyness, all of that sense of all the jumble of life in that day, we just try to let it go. And we focus on our breath And we take in a long, slow, deep breath to settle ourselves. And we slow everything down. We slow our minds down. We slow the process of our thinking down. We settle in. We engage with our senses and what they are feeling at this precise moment, this precise time. And by engaging with our senses, we put ourselves right in the present. We feel the chair beneath us. We feel the temperature in the room that we're in, whether it's warm or cool. We hear the sounds, even the silent sounds that are the background noise of where we are. And we slowly just settle into all of that. We allow those sensations to act as a cushion and an anchor at the same time, anchoring us to the present moment, the present time, and allowing whatever is inside of us to arise and to come out, and for us to be able to see it. And so we settle. And as we begin this meditation, we're going to focus just on some slow breath work to get us into the right place and to slow us down. So we just want to focus and feel our breath come in and out. We want to lean into the sensation that our breath gives us. The feeling of our chests rising, our bellies rising, and the air entering and leaving. And we remember that we are aware of our breathing. We can sense it right from the tip of our nostrils as it enters, feeling the colder air entering our nostrils, feeling it up and around and down and out. And so we repeat that a few times, up and down and around and out. And we feel the nourishment of the air, the oxygen that enters our body and replenishes our muscles, giving them the food in a sense that they need, the nutrition to stay healthy. And we feel the ease of sensation as we breathe, which is comfortable and even. And we are thankful for our ability to take in the air and even to have the air with us, to have it around us and surround us. And so as we take in, we try to take in the good in our life, the things that we are thankful for. As we breathe in, we take in the small things, the people in our lives that we love and are important to us. And we thank them for being there. And as we breathe out, perhaps we breathe out some of the things that distress us, whatever they may be. Perhaps we're distressed by how much we have to do, or a criticism that we received, or something that we've done that we feel uncomfortable with. So we don't want to hold it. We want to breathe it out and let it go. And we engage in the physical act of breathing in what is good, what we are thankful for the people we have, the food we have, the sun, the air, our health. And we breathe out the things that distress us, letting go, not ignoring them, but letting go of the stress, the unfinished business, the bad feelings, perhaps the anger, the fear, the doubt, things that sometimes hinder us and get stuck. So in with the gratitude for the good, our children, our spouses, our friends, our neighbors, our pets, and out with the things that stress us, fear, or worry, or concerns, or feeling of not enough time. And we recognize the gift of our presence here. And we take that in and out. And as we engage in this, we think about people in our lives. We start with the people close to us. And we think about them, and we can picture some people in our lives that are close to us, whether it be your children, your significant other, parent, even somebody who is gone, who is special to you. And we are grateful for their presence and for those that are still here in the world. We have a thought of wishing them to let go of whatever suffering, dissatisfaction, dismay, or bad feeling they hold. And we think about this, and we think to ourselves, may everyone who is important to me be comfortable, be content, be present with themselves, give themselves grace, and we breathe out. And we think about that same wish for ourselves. May everybody, may myself, may I let go of my bad feeling, of my anger. May I feel happy and content. May I understand the root of any dissatisfaction that I have. And may I let it go. And so we bathe ourselves in a sense of our desire for others to feel contentment. We bathe ourselves in our own desire to feel contentment. And we take it in and we let go. With each breath, we let those feelings that are difficult for us, we let them go. We let go of the bad feeling. We let go of the stress. We let go of our anxiety and anxiousness. We sit in this moment and we find a peaceful place. And perhaps we populate it with those people we wish well for. So find your peaceful place, whether it be sitting around a campfire, sitting around a dinner table, sitting in a room, chatting with people, driving in a car, walking in the woods. Find your place wherever it is that feels comfortable and protects you, where you feel safe and where you feel that you can be vulnerable. You can let everything inside of you be open to others. And that whatever fear or dismay you have, you can expose it. And the people with you feel comfortable exposing that to be that authentic person that you are and can be. But to be comfortable with the fact that we are imperfect. And those imperfections are part of our experience and part of our evolution and part of our growth. And they do not define us. They're just things that we carry. Things that can cause us pain, can cause us dismay. But that in this place, in this room, together, all of us, as if we are connected, we are comfortable letting ourselves see that at the very least, and envisioning being open with it, and sitting in comfort about the human experience, the shared struggle to maintain our sense of self and our sense of purpose, the shared struggle to find contentment and happiness and virtue and value, and recognize that it's always moving forward, and to nurture that part of us, to nurture the good. And as we sit with these people who we love and who are close to us, as we also sit together in this virtual environment, as in a sense we are all one and share, as we share our spiritual selves with one another. We breathe in and we breathe out, and we settle ourselves, and we look around, and we look at the people that we see, and as we look at them, we are grateful for their presence in our lives, and we see an expression on their face that returns that gratefulness. And so we recognize our connection. Perhaps it's a child, your child. Perhaps it's a parent, a friend, somebody who's important to you. And we share our gratitude, and we share our wish for them to be content, to be settled, to feel the way that we feel when we are surrounded perhaps by something of beauty, a wildflower bed with flowers of multiple colors in front of us, yellows, purples, pink and red and green. And we see those flowers sitting in the middle of this group of people, and we share this beauty with them. We share the miracle of the growth of these plants. We recognize too that the plants are living. And although their existence is different than how we perceive existence, we share things with the plants. We are connected to them. They grow like we grow. If they do not get nutrition in the form of water, sunshine, and minerals, they will wilt and be deformed and possibly no longer exist in the form that they are in. And if we don't get the things that we need, if we don't give ourselves the things that we need, we can wilt. If we see a flower wilted in this batch, or discolored, or turning brown as if it's drying up, we sense their pain. We experience compassion for that flower, for that stem, for that plant, or what grows. We sense that it is not thriving, and we wish it to thrive. We sense that it is suffering and that it cannot stand upright anymore. And we wish it to be healed and to feel that sense. And as we see the struggle of the plant to continue on its journey to create seed for the next generation of plant, to regrow as the seasons allow it, we open ourselves up to its pain, its struggle, and at the same time we open ourselves up to our struggle, whatever that struggle is, whether it be overcoming doubt and wonder about our ability to succeed, whether it's over a fight or an argument we had with somebody, a sense of being unsettled, a concern about the future. We see that pain that causes us. And we recognize that our ability is to share the goodness and the gratitude. And I think about the flowers and the odors that they give off, the scent, the sweet smell of a rose or a zinnia or a sunflower, and how unknowingly, but only through its existence, it shares that with us, and it provides for us a sense of calm and joy. And I think about as we share our own openness, and as we share our own sense of contentment and our own wishes for the well-being of others, much like the fragrance of those flowers, it is my sense that that gets shared with others. And so we are like the flower. We may not give off a fragrance that is the same as a flower, or have the beauty of the color of the flowers that is so rewarding to our senses, that we have seen in paintings and in artwork that we are drawn to, and so that image stays with us. We also give off that aura. When we feel a sense of contentment and gratitude and concern and compassion, others feel it. It's almost as if it was alive. It had a sense of its own existence. And it permeates ourselves and it permeates others. And when we connect to somebody else's pain, that pain is relieved. We think about ourselves perhaps sitting in a hospital room with somebody who is sick, and we enter and we smile and we engage the other person and we see them smile. We recognize that our presence is of incredible value. And so we open ourselves up to that value that we can give. We also know that when we are grouchy and grumpy and short with people, just our presence acts like a curtain or a weight that is heavy and is unpleasant. So we sit here to center ourselves, to open ourselves like a flower opens, showing its inside and allowing its fragrance to march away, allowing the insects that need the nectar to take it, to move the pollen. We too open ourselves. We give off our own sense of pollen. We open to others. We open to people. We open to our pets. We open to our communities. We open to nature. We open to all of those things. And as we place ourselves with the people that matter to us, we look at each of them. We sense a gratitude for their presence. We sense communion, connectedness. And we bask in those positive feelings, almost like an aura of comfort, aura that surrounds us as if we glow, almost as if this group of people glows and lights as we sit there. We come back to our breath and we breathe in and we breathe out. We resettle ourselves. We dig into our senses. We feel the chair beneath us, or the bed we're sitting on, or a mat on the floor. We feel that pressure. We feel the temperature. We smell the room. We loosen our muscles. We drop our shoulders. We loosen our jaw. We breathe in and we breathe out. We bask in our awareness. We bask in the beauty of the world. We bask in the flowers that are in front of us, the people and the things that are important and give us joy, our pets and the animals that give us comfort and that give us the privilege of caring for them, the gift of being a caretaker, the gift of giving of yourself, of feeling compassion for another person or living being. And as we give, we get. It is a gift that rolls around in a circle, never ending, always there for us. So we breathe in and we breathe out. And we breathe in and we breathe out. And namaste. May the light in me shine in you.